Your soulmate just found out who the mysterious gray-haired man really is, and the reason he has been asking questions about you may be far more important than you realize. At first, your soulmate thought this man was simply someone from the past, someone who appeared at the wrong place at the wrong time. But then something happened that changed everything. A name was mentioned. A connection was revealed. And suddenly, your soulmate realized that this gray-haired man already knew something about you that they had never been told. That is why their energy feels different right now. They may have been unusually quiet, distracted, or emotionally overwhelmed. They are trying to understand how someone could know so much about your life without being directly connected to you. But here is where the story becomes even more mysterious. The gray-haired man didn't ask ordinary questions. He wasn't asking where you work, where you live, or what you have been doing lately. He was asking about you. He wanted to know whether you were still waiting for someone. Whether you had moved on. Whether your heart was still open. And most importantly, whether your soulmate was still connected to you. When your soulmate heard these questions, something inside them shifted. They suddenly realized that this wasn't random. There was a reason this man had appeared. There was a reason your name came up. And there was a reason he seemed to know that your story with your soulmate wasn't finished. Your soulmate may have tried to hide their reaction, but internally, they were shaken. Because deep down, they already knew something they hadn't wanted to admit. They still care about you. They may have tried to convince themselves that time had changed everything. They may have distracted themselves with work, friends, responsibilities, or even other relationships. But hearing a stranger, or someone they never expected, ask about you brought all those buried emotions back to the surface. Suddenly, memories started returning. Your conversations. Your smile. The moments when you understood them without them saying a word. And perhaps most painfully, the moment they realized they had lost something they weren't ready to lose. Then came the question that made everything even more intense. The gray-haired man reportedly asked, "Does this person know how important they really are?" That question stayed inside your soulmate's mind. Because maybe they never told you. Maybe they kept their feelings hidden. Maybe fear, pride, confusion, or circumstances stopped them from saying what was truly in their heart. But now someone else had recognized the importance of your connection. And that realization is forcing your soulmate to look at the situation differently. There is also a possibility that this gray-haired man represents someone with wisdom, experience, or knowledge of your soulmate's past. He may be an older relative, mentor, family acquaintance, former colleague, or simply someone who crossed paths with both of you. The important part isn't just who he is. It's why he is asking about you. And according to the energy surrounding this story, his questions may be pushing your soulmate toward a decision. A decision they have been avoiding. Your soulmate may soon feel an increasing urge to contact you. Maybe it won't begin with a dramatic confession. Maybe it will start with a simple message. A casual, "How have you been?" A reaction to something you posted. A question that seems ordinary. But underneath that small interaction could be a much bigger emotion. "I need to know if I still have a chance." So if you've been feeling strangely reminded of this person lately, don't immediately dismiss it. If their name keeps appearing, if old memories suddenly return, if you unexpectedly dream about them, or if you feel that something unfinished is moving again, pay attention. But don't chase. Don't force. Don't try to control the outcome. Let the truth reveal itself through actions. Because if your soulmate truly understands what this mysterious man has uncovered, they won't be able to hide behind silence forever. The gray-haired man's identity may explain the mystery, but your soulmate's reaction explains the real story. They are beginning to understand that losing you wasn't simply losing a person. It was losing a connection they may never have been able to replace. And now someone has reminded them of exactly that. So stay calm. Stay grounded. Keep living your life. Because the biggest revelation may not be discovering who the gray-haired man is. It may be discovering what your soulmate finally decides to do after learning why he was asking about you. And when that moment comes, watch their actions. Not just their words. Because sometimes, the person who was too afraid to speak finally becomes the person who realizes they cannot stay silent anymore. Something about you has been brought back into their attention. And this time, they may not be able to ignore it.